You can hear me, right? Hi, good evening, all. Good to have us all here again. Another Ovaloop event. We decided to make this a continuous session from the last successful event we had. And this time around, we want to talk about our new feature. So this has been a request from most of the SMEs we've had on Ovaloop. They've been requesting that they want something to help them showcase their product. And we're doing this on the back of helping SMEs improve their revenue. So today we'll be unveiling the Ovaloop e-commerce store. And then there'll be a demo on how that would work. On the list of what we're going to listen to today, sorry, just a second. So we're going to have a presentation of the Ovaloop store on the e-commerce Ovaloop store. Well, we're also going to listen to the legal aspect of an e-commerce website where we gain knowledge on how, all the legal framework that governs e-commerce. And then also we'll be listening to why the Ovaloop e-commerce store. Why have we decided to do this? And this will be handled by one of our co-founders too. We'll be hearing from testimonials from a few of our SMEs. We're delighted to have Cosmo Clinics here, and also Divine. I think he just stepped out, but we'll be here to join us. I would also like to say that we have a couple of people who are joining us on our social media platforms, website, Facebook and Instagram. And again, this promised to be another delightful session. For me, I think I want to be excited to hear from Cosmo Clinics and Divine, how they've been interacting with the Ovaloop platform. It'd be good to hear how we've been performing and how happy we'll be making them feel. So not to waste time, I would like to introduce Chidima Gaius to tell us why we've done this.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. And welcome once again to the Ovaloop SM. So I'm one of the co-founders for Ovaloop, and I'm just here to discuss briefly on how important e-commerce is for businesses, especially SMEs. I've got a presentation up that will help you guys go along the importance of what e-commerce can do for your businesses. First of all, e-commerce, I'm sure everybody must have heard that. It's like a marketing and sales buzzword. But what exactly is e-commerce and why is it important for businesses, especially small businesses, small and medium-sized businesses? E-commerce, in a nutshell, means electronic commerce, electronic trading, buying and selling in an online environment that does not require a physical store. Next slide. I know most times when people think about e-commerce, they think about the big major giants like the Amazon, the Alibaba, and maybe in Nigeria, we'll talk about the Jumia, and that's e-commerce for us. And that's what e-commerce is. But e-commerce is not only beneficial for big businesses, small to medium-sized businesses can also use e-commerce as a means to grow their business and generate revenue. Next slide. First of all, why is e-commerce important? There are so many benefits of having an e-commerce arm or strategy for your business. And one of them is the digital revolution. Ever since the internet age, we have over 4.6 billion internet users globally. That is a huge market that's available, just sitting down there right for anybody to take it. And that is what big companies like the Amazons, the Alibaba, the eBays have taken advantage of and are maximizing it and making a lot of profit. But like I said, small businesses too can also benefit from this. Also, if you notice the shift, especially from COVID, consumers' shopping patterns have also changed. Everybody wanted convenience, not just for safety, just for the ease of shopping. So now e-commerce has become important to satisfy your consumer needs, because not everybody will want to walk. People like me, I'm lazy. I mean, every time you want to walk into a store, you just want to sit at the comfort of your home, the click of a button, and you have your needs satisfied and supported. So that is why it's important that every business, including small to medium-sized businesses, should employ e-commerce in their business strategy. Another benefit to having an e-commerce plan is the ability to scale and grow your business. The market is huge because you no longer have access to just that locality. For example, you say you own a store, maybe a clothing store, you're a clothing SME, you have a boutique. Your customers can only access your clothes or your products in your physical store. So if I don't live, let's say for example, your store is in Lekki, Falao, it's only people who live around Falao that can walk into your store and come in, or anybody who is passing the store. But with e-commerce, you have access to customers across various locations, even not in the same country, not in the same state. So you have a huge expanse of customer base that you can tap into. That is what e-commerce can do for your business. And it transforms your business from just a local side business to a global business, because now you can have customer base that cuts across Nigeria, Ghana, even as far as the UK or the US, because the internet has made the world a global village. So now you have that access to such a huge customer base to increase your reach, to increase your sales volume, and as well to increase your revenue. That is one thing that e-commerce can do for your business. Another benefit is cost-effective operations. Imagine you have to build a store. If you have to have an offline store, a physical brick and mortar store, it's either you're paying rent, cost of operation, and we know in this Tinubu economy, you run well just to maintain your store. You have sales girls, you have security man. The cost of operating a physical store is quite expensive. Then imagine if you want to expand, you're somebody who is future forward, you want your business to grow, you'll be looking at opening multiple stores, and the cost of operating those physical stores can be very huge and can eat into your profit margin. So this is where e-commerce comes in. Having an online store reduces drastically the cost of your operations, because everything can be operated from just one system, as long as you have a supporting application like Ovaloop that will run around and integrate all your businesses for you. It will operate your business and reduce the cost of your operations, making your business more profitable. And of course, everybody's in business to make money. So yes, that's one thing that e-commerce does for you. Next slide. Another beautiful thing about e-commerce, or having an e-commerce strategy, is your centralized inventory management. Ovaloop has a feature where it integrates all your warehouses, all your stock in one place from your physical store. Imagine having multiple storefronts and multiple physical stores, and now you have an online store or an e-commerce store on Ovaloop. Ovaloop helps you to centralize your inventory in one place, making your operations seamless, more efficient, and more effective. It reduces cost to wastage, to debt. In fact, the benefit of having a centralized system cannot be overstated. As you sell real time, your sales is impacting your inventory, and you're seeing real time the implications and the impact of what your sales looks like on your inventory. Helps you manage business operations to create a seamless run of your business. So you don't have to wait to run out of stock. You don't have to wait to go and start counting stock. Your counting of stock will just be for audit basis. But most of the time, you see as your stock is going down, you know which stock is selling fast, you know which stock is selling slow, you know what activities to do to boost your sales just from seeing your inventory from a snapshot on Ovaloop. So a seamless inventory and centralized inventory management system is very key to running an effective e-commerce business. And that is what Ovaloop is here to do. And like I said, it impacts your business, it increases your revenue if you have this, because it reduces the amount of cost it takes to run and a warehouse, as well as reduce losses from theft and mismanagement. Another beautiful thing about e-commerce is the fact that you can retain customer data. Like they said, internet never forgets. Anything that has gone online remains online, even if it's 10 years ago. You know how we do it. They move and pull receipts from 15 years ago and bring it up. So the same thing, you can apply that data-centric aspect of e-commerce, of online business, to your business as well. Imagine a customer that has come to shop with you 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Can you remember what the customer bought? But if it was an online store, you can as well pull that data. The data is sitting right there on your system. You can now create customized plans, customized promotion, and customized experiences that you can be able to serve your customer not. We shop online. There are some of these big retail stores where we shop. They will tell you, oh, last time you visited our store, you checked our bootcut jeans. Now, look at, we have new styles of bootcut. How do they know that 2 years ago you bought bootcut jeans? That is because of the data. So data-centric help you create a personalized shopping experience for your customers. And we know customers, satisfying your customers is what everybody's job is for. If you have a business, you want your customers to be happy. So creating that helps boost customer loyalty. People will always want to come to you because you make them feel good and you satisfy their business needs as well. And then it will help you boost your sales. Another aspect of e-commerce or online sales is what we call the omni-channel. It's not just a marketing buzzword. Omni-channel means integrating your online as well as your offline to create a unified and integrated, seamless customer experience. For example, I'm passing, maybe there's a store. Maybe I travel to Abuja and I see a store in Abuja and I go in and I see a lovely shoe and I try it on, man, this shoe is nice. But unfortunately, I don't have the money to pay for it. Man, and I have to travel, I have to catch the flight. That means I've missed out on that shoe. But imagine if that store had a storefront on Ovaloop. Oh, no problem. I go online, I order the shoe, and that should get delivered to me. So you see, you've integrated the experience of going to an offline store and also the benefit of getting an online store. And that experience is seamless. Imagine a tailor. Most people, I hate going to the tailor, having my measurements taken. Imagine if every retailer had an online store and they say, send you your measurement. All you just have to do is go to the physical store to do your testing. Once the dress is finished, they deliver to you. Wouldn't that be nice? So creating a unified, a seamless experience that integrates your offline business as well as your online business helps, is what we call omni-channel marketing or sales in the retail world. It helps put your business as a consumer-centric or a customer-centric business. And we know, like I said, making your customer happy is the bane and brain of any business that wants to succeed. This is what Ovaloop can do for you. Next slide, please. So in other words, e-commerce is here to stay. We can't take it away. Internet is here to stay. Online is here to stay. It's the future. Any business that wants to remain relevant in the coming years will have to have an e-commerce and online presence. If you are not there, you are missing out. So right now, it's not too late. If you don't have one, don't worry yourself. That's why we are here. We don't know the brain work, we don't know the back work for you. So we're here to support your business. But knowing that the benefits of e-commerce and online business to your business, whether big or small, is not a brag. You have to have an online presence. So now is the best time to start, because until you embrace e-commerce, which is the future of the retail and sales space, then your business can grow and then you can make more money revenue. Thank you, guys. So over now, later down the line, we'll have a demo from the Ovaloop team to see how our Ovaloop e-commerce and storefront will help you grow your business. Thank you.
I think that was powerful. Thank you very much, Chidima. So I think she did introduce herself better. Chidima is an international global marketing expert. But we are lucky to have her. And not only that, she's brought in her wealth of experience, she's been very supportive in other ways. And so we've heard from her, e-commerce is here to stay and Ovaloop is here to stay. You can guarantee, you can't be sure about that. If e-commerce is here to stay, yes, Ovaloop is here to stay. So we'll be providing that support. We'll be providing that powerhouse, that e-commerce support all the way down. And so when the demo comes, you'll be seeing important features that almost each and every SME on Ovaloop has requested for. So if you are here and you're an SME and you are thinking, oh, I asked Ovaloop for this particular thing for my e-commerce, to empower my e-commerce part of my business, you can be very sure that when we're doing the demo, you will see that particular feature that you've requested for. So thank you again. And next is a friend of the house, Madam Forbes. Me and Daniel call her Madam Forbes because she's bringing us the money soon, So, well, she's also a legal expert, and of course, she's been providing legal services for SMEs. She'll be telling us more on framework around e-commerce, and of course, legal aspects that can support SMEs like yourself, and also businesses like Ovaloop. So she will do her introduction. I mean, it's too big for me to do that, so she'll do her introduction. Thank you.
Okay, so I can help my friend.
Yes. If I think it is.
Hello, Michael. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. It's great to be here. As he said, as Mr. My Oga said, Mr. Prince, I'm a friend of the house. I'm a friend of the house, and it's great to anything Ovaloop is doing. You can be sure that I'm one of the constant features in with anything Ovaloop is doing. So let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Ngozi Mwabweze, and I have a little over 14 years experience post-call, right? I'm a lawyer and I'm the CEO, founder, Pocket Lawyers. And today I'm here to talk about the legal framework and implications for e-commerce businesses, right? Just like Madam Chidima said earlier, e-commerce is the way to go, right? Everything now is online, right? And with that comes certain implications, right? Especially across board, right? So I'll be speaking to the implications from the legal end of things, right? So whether you're using Ovaloop, as far as you know, there's a part of your business in any way that is online, that is virtual, you need to take cognizance of a couple of things. Now, I'm talking on 4 areas. First is IP, second is customer protection, then third is data protection, and of course, cybercrime. These are all, of course, with every innovation, with everything that comes, right? There are always the should I say, the ups and the downs of it, right? So, but of course, as a business, these are things that you should be able to do that will help put you in good standing. Now, the beauty of e-commerce is that it opens up your business, right, to a wider range of people, to a wider audience, and all of those things. And like I said, with all of that opening up, right, with all of that exposure comes. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, is IP, which is intellectual property. You need to be able to protect your intellectual property as a business, because, for example, e-commerce, right? The eyeballs of your business are fewer. With you amplifying your business with like an e-commerce platform like Ovaloop, right? You're going to be reaching so many people that you cannot even imagine, in different states, in different cities, even very soon, from what I hear, in different countries, right? So you need to now be able to protect your intellectual property. And what are your intellectual property you need to protect? The name of your brand. That is what that's the first thing people catch, right? When, so what's the name of the company? What's the name of the business? That's the first thing. That's what gives you your identity as a business. You need to be able to protect that, because you don't want a situation where people are able to now take that name and replicate it and use. And sometimes you'll be shocked that some people use it to do fraudulent activities. That is where problem comes in for you. And you will be somewhere and somebody is saying, oh, so brand is doing XYZ. And meanwhile, it's not even you, right? Which is the reason why you need to protect your intellectual property. By intellectual property, I mean the name of your brand, your logo. Then if you have what is called a payoff, you see how Nike has just do it, right? That's what a payoff is. You need to be able to protect that. Some people even go as far as protecting their brand colors, right? Besides the logo, their brand colors. Then also, if you have a particular system or way you do things, right? You can protect that that's like trade secrets. You can protect those that IP via a patent or a trade secret, all of those IP protection properties are things that you can employ to be able to safeguard your brand, especially if you are building a scalable business that you plan to, you are hoping can go far and go wide, and even be here even after you are no longer here. Like I always say, the goal is not to live forever. The goal is to build something that wins, right? So your intellectual property protection is without a doubt something that you should protect. Now, that also translates to you, first of all, of course, before you can even say you want to protect your intellectual property, taking a couple of steps back, you need to have registered your business, either as a business name or as a proper company. That's the basic, that's the background for you to be able to protect your intellectual property. Because whenever you want to do any of these things, one of the things that they will request from you is your certificate of incorporation, or what you used to register your business name that was given to you by CAC. So you have to, that's me taking a couple of steps back for you to be able to understand what you need to put in place before you can even think of protecting your intellectual property. All right, so very quickly, I'll move on to consumer protection. Now, with e-commerce, right? If it was a brick and mortar store, I walk into your place, I pick up an item, I make payment, I go. I probably am not going to give you too much information, right? But with e-commerce, there is a lot of exposure of information about your customers, right? Things like their name, the banks that they use, their addresses, whether it's their business address or their house address or something. Because of course, at the time when they do, the idea is, of course, when you purchase online, especially if it's an item, of course, if it's a service, that's a different thing, but if it's a product, right, that product needs to be delivered to you. And most likely, you're going to be, these clients, these customers are going to be giving you their home addresses or their office addresses, or basically something just attached to their personality, right? So you need to be able to protect them. Of course, there are people that sell certain sensitive products and services that they do not want, somebody else to be able to know about. And I'm going to give an example. Somebody who sells adult products. By adult products, I mean, you know what I mean. I don't want to go say that more, but of course, adult toys, right? Somebody who is buying from these people wants to also know that the information they are giving out is protected. Also, these customers also want to be able to know that, see, in as much as we're interfacing virtually, right? I'm not able to touch or talk to somebody. I want to be able to know that my rights as a customer is protected, and not just that right I was talking about. Also knowing that, if I have issues with this product, right, there is a way, there is a channel, a means for resolution. So now you now have to have things like, okay, do you have a return policy? Do you have a what do they call this thing? Minus the return policy, refund policy? Because I see some people, when you go to their Instagram, for example, you see this big X and you see no return, no refund. I say, what is going on? Right? Then you need to be as flexible as possible. Now, even before you say no refund, no return, there should be conditions around that. So it's not just no refund, no return. No. If, for example, somebody sends you a measurement and you are telling them, you already have like your terms and conditions, like you told them that this measurement that they are sending to you, you are going to create this outfit according to this measurement. So anything outside, and if you are sure that, of course, you use that exact measurement and there are issues, then you remove liability from your head, right? So, but of course, that all of that needs to be documented in your terms and conditions, right? So it's not just having no refund, no return. It has to be hinged on a broader policy, right? So you need to be able to, like, for example, when I go to certain pages and I see all of those kind of things, it's a red flag for me. It's a red flag for me. I just walk away, right? So customers are more aware, consumers are more aware of their rights, right? And they are, you just be shocked that, oh, you're not getting as much patronage. The reason why you're probably not getting as much patronage is because of all of those roadblocks that you put in place, right? And then another thing that a lot of people do which is why Ovaloop is great, is because a lot of them don't put their pricing. Whenever I go to anybody's page and I don't see pricing, I don't have the energy to enter your DM, which is why this Ovaloop platform is fantastic, right? So not only are they helping you take care of your back end, they're also helping you take care of your front end, right? So everything is boldly displayed. Now, if I see it and I can afford it and I want it, I go ahead and I make payments and everybody goes, I'm happy, right? So that's about that. Yes, I spoke a little bit to data protection. Now, data protection is not just the job of the CEO. Data protection is the job of everybody that works in the company, which is also why we always advise that you have to properly document the people that work with you. The people that work with you have to be properly documented, one. Two, by the proper documentation, I mean, there are people that have people that work with them and they don't have any information about them. They don't know where they live. They don't have any details of who their referees are or next of kin, no guarantor, nothing. If they are not able to reach them peradventure via phone, or maybe something happens and the person just disappears, usually that person disappears into thin air, right? They are not able to reach any other person around that person, and that is a very big issue, right? So you need to properly document the people that work with you. Then the next level is for you to now have contracts. Now, when I mean contracts, I don't want to mean watering contracts. I mean contracts that have all of these clauses, for example, the IP protection clause, consumer protection, data protection, especially that in these clauses, so that these people that you're employing know that the information that you're gathering about these your users, these your customers, these your clients are protected. There have been instances where people go and deliver something to somebody, and the people that work for these people give this information to, I don't want to use the word armed robbers, but of course we've had incidences like that, right? And for that, people are skeptical to give out their address. So they would rather tell you, okay, deliver to someplace else that is not necessarily their own address, especially for people who are well-to-do, right? So people who work for you need to understand that, these people, the information that we gather about them is not information that should be used outside of the purview of this business. Anything outside of that is criminal and is illegal, right? And especially if whatever it is that happens can be traced back to your business, then you are going to have a very, very, very big issue. So you need to be able to ensure that not only are these terms in those contracts, but the people that work for you are educated. You educate them, you let them know about all of these things, right? Yeah. So then we come to cybercrime. Cybercrime is something that everybody who literally is in e-commerce may have to deal with at some point or the other, because as you have people who are doing business with you genuinely, you also have people who are looking for ways to either scam you or scam through you somehow, right? So you need to be able to ensure, which is why I think Ovaloop is really fantastic, because honestly, we've done all the back end work, right? Like for example, I hear so many cases of especially on social media, this person is a scam, this person is a scam, this person is a scam. For you to want to take your business to a place like Ovaloop, where you are going to, be paying, premium for it, I doubt that you're going to want to use that for scam. For example, Ovaloop will also do some KYC about you and your business, right, before you can even use. So it's a way of you authenticating your brand, right, to say that, okay, for us to be able to want to put in money, because of course, this kind of using a platform like Ovaloop is more like an investment. And of course, it helps to elevate the perception of your brand and all of those things. So if you do that, people will know that, okay, these people are serious about their business. And of course, they are most likely not going to be a scam, right? So, and honestly, there's so much talk about how people are being defrauded left, right, and center, right? So I think if you really want to stand your business out, right, as a brand that is credible and that people can trust, I think you should take a system like Ovaloop very seriously, not just because of what it can do for your business, but also for the perception that you can have, right? So there are ways you can show up your business against cybercrime. We've also found from a lot of stories that I've heard, I've heard a lot on this job, right? So one of the things you can, because a lot of times we find out that there's always an inside person. There's always most likely 9 out of 10 times there's somebody on the inside of your business that is aiding whatever fraud it is that is going on in your business, right? So you need to also be careful of the kind of people that you employ, which is why background checks are important, right? Background checks are important, and not just that. For people that have very sensitive roles in your company, especially people that deal with money, your database, all of those things, you need to have them provide you at least a guarantor, right? A guarantor, very important. Of course, I'm not minus next of kin or referee or whatever. Somebody that can guarantee. I'm sure you know who a guarantor is. A guarantor is somebody who stands in the stead of somebody else, right? In case something goes wrong, for example, there's some money missing, right? The idea is that guarantor is supposed to be able to pay on behalf of that person. So if you know that you brought your uncle as a guarantor, if somebody is an employee and you know you brought your uncle as a guarantor and you're working with a certain company, you definitely want to sit tight because you don't want a situation where they have to start to reach out to your uncle or whoever it is you brought as a guarantor. So these are things you can put in place in your business to help curb all of these things that being on e-commerce can expose you and expose your business to. And in conclusion, I'd like to say that a platform like Ovaloop will help you with a lot of things I've already mentioned because they have inbuilt features and structures that will help you ensure that a lot of these things I've discussed now will not be issues for you. But of course, you also as a business owner need to take cognizance of all of these things, protect your intellectual property, ensure that you have your consumer rights, rights of your users, your customers, your clients, whatever it is you call them, protected. Ensure that you have data protection policy in your company with not just yourself, but of course with your employees, right? And also you are able to, as much as possible, ward off cyber crime in your business. And of course, I wish you all the very best of luck in your businesses. And from me, Matt, my job. All right.
Yes, this is a very, very interesting discourse. Wonderful and familiar face in the house, and of course, a very powerful friend of the house. So I think I found this very interesting because taking from what she said, for us, we care about SMEs. And I always say this, we love our SMEs. If you want to scale, I'm not sure every business wants to scale. And just like what she said, if you scale, you become a brand. And when you become a brand, you want to be protected. In fact, just a very quick example, I remember having a conversation with one of our SMEs late last year. And the name of our business is very unique and interesting. And I think I was with Diana the other day, and we were asking her, what happens if someone uses your brand name? Someone else probably in the East. And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, so you are not protected because when you become a brand, you want to be protected. So she, as it were, she wasn't protected. And that's what we're doing here at Ovaloop. We're not just giving people some sort of interesting software to go and use. No, we want to take care of our SMEs. And we know that they need to be protected because the moment you come on board on Ovaloop, you are on the path of becoming a brand. That's the truth. Because you have your inventory taken care of. Now we're also offering you another avenue to improve or increase your revenue. So typically you need to be protected. And that's why we found it very important to, shed some light on what the legal frameworks around them, becoming or owning an e-commerce front. So now we want to go to the demo, the engine room, the guy who is the engine room of Ovaloop. And I would like to welcome, my co-founder too, Daniel Kilanko. So it's going to be a presentation and it's going to take us around the e-commerce aspect of Ovaloop.
Okay, great. Good afternoon, everyone. If it's evening already. So I would get started. Okay, so I'm assuming every one of us joining virtually through all social media, most likely a customer of value. So I'm just going to go straight to the storefront section of the application, show you how to move your entire inventory straight down for your customers, for the general public to be able to buy from you, shop from you, and you also have a seamless inventory. So if you're selling online, selling physically in the store, that is centralized inventory system. Centralized inventory system. So I'm going to get started. If you go straight to the right side of your Ovaloop app, you'll see a storefront only written new there because a new feature. So once you click it, the first thing is you need to set up your store name. So this is for Delicious. It's a test account. So I'm going to say Delicious. Delicious. Yeah. So congratulations, store name is available. So by the time I create store, automatically my store has been created. That's simple. You see, the system has generated a store link for you, stores.ovaloop.com/delicious. If you click right here, it takes you straight down to your store. Now, because of the flexibility, we are going to, okay, this store is currently not published, so you could now publish the store to the public. So I go here now, I publish store to public. Let's hit it. You can see. Now, these are all the categories that I currently have for this particular store. So it has taken care of my logo, all my categories, breakfast, phones, perfume, accessories, lotion. So we'll play around this a bit. Let's go where we can now customize each of these categories. Customize each of these categories. So we have beverages. So I'm just going to go quickly and download the beverage image. We're going to see how this works seamlessly. So I am trying to set up my category image right now. So I'm downloading this. In a view settings, I would advise that you use your own pictures. So now I'm going to edit this particular store category and add this image for my beverages and save. Great. So if I go back to my storefront, you see that my beverage right now would have that logo. So you see, so I'm able to now customize each of these categories. Can I have like a backdrop image? Then if we go back to the product section, we have all our products here. You might not want to sell all the products on the storefront, and if you want to, you just go straight down to publish products. Each of the products you want to publish, you can either just publish all, and you publish all the products at once. So now when we go back to our storefronts, you have all your products available for the general public to purchase. So this are giving you a simplified, easy to use e-commerce platform. So you can now share this URL stores.ovaloop.com/ the name of your business, and customers can be able to shop from you seamlessly. We're also going to play around how we are also how we are also being able to automate the payment system. So I'm going to try to shop from this right now. So I want to buy some items. I'll proceed to payments. Then it asks for a login. So I'm just going to create a quick account. Phone number. Great. So create a quick account. Great. So account right now. So I can now proceed to payments. So currently these stores do not allow pay on delivery. So you're probably to make a bank transfer to this account. So the customer at every point they're checking out, they can now either change their phone number depending or change their address. So in this place, I will just quickly change the phone number just in case you want to you are buying for someone else. So I'll submit. This automatically an account number. So real time, we are linking your stock front straight down to your Ovaloop wallet. So it generates a specific account number for this transaction instantly. So once this payment is made, automatically it is dropped into your Ovaloop sales history. So I'm assuming I've made this payment right now. Once it's made, this payment is going to be confirmed automatically. So right now, if we go back to this is our inventory, our sales app. You can see that the order that was placed is right here and showing payment status as pending. So once this payment is made, we are going to see all the automatic confirmation that the payment has been confirmed. So here we've been able to take care of payment, we'll be able to take care of your the storefront. So users can now interact with your products online, pay online, and everything seamlessly drop into your already existing Ovaloop accounts. Now, there are several settings around your storefront. If you go to the storefront, you decide to allow pay on delivery. So once you allow pay on delivery, it means users can now, when they are checking out, they can now check out using pay on delivery option. If I click on proceed to payments right now, you can now see users can now either choose pay on delivery or Ovaloop checkouts. But if I uncheck these options, it means the user has to pay at every point in time before they are able to proceed. So that's a quick demo of the entire Ovaloop storefront. You can see it's quite easy to set up. You don't need to do anything extra, or you just need to do it. Have an Ovaloop account, have your products populated in your inventory section, have your products available in stock, then publish them to the storefront. And for bonus, Ovaloop storefront is going to be running with all our premium accounts for now, meaning while it lasts, we will not be having any extra charge on the storefront for the meantime. So if you're on our premium plan currently, you can easily just go. I think it's already public, so you can easily just go to your storefront and start setting up your stores ASAP. In the coming new weeks, we would also be allowing you to have a customized domain. So instead of using stores.ovaloop.com, you can as well just use delicious.com. Would allow you to tie in your own domain straight into your Ovaloop storefront. So you can as well just just publish your own brand. You can run the storefront with your own already existing domain. So all of that is coming as we progress so far. So that is the quick demo. I think we are getting to an interactive section where people can ask questions. So if you have questions, if you have questions about storefronts, okay, great. All right, so let me head back to Princeville to take us to the next part of the program.
Okay, thank you very much, Daniel. That's you can either drop your questions or use the raise hand button. You'll be called upon. I mean, some people would want to ask their questions, voice. So that will also be accommodated. But before we get there, we would like to So I mean, if you're also on social media, Instagram Live or Facebook Live, please you can also drop your questions and then to be relayed to who can answer them here. We'd like to hear from two of our outstanding SMEs. They've been very wonderful. First, we have them here, Cosmo Clinics, Otukoya, and of course, Divine Intuit QuickBooks. So Divine, I don't know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, you can unmute and let's hear. Both of them will be sharing sentiments on Ovaloop. They've been using Ovaloop for a while, and of course, they would like to share their experience with us here. Divine.
Yes. Well done. Thank you very much. I don't know if you can hear me very well. Can you hear me very well?
Yes, we can. We can.
Oh, great. I really really want to say a very big thank you for bringing me on this special package. It's something that for real, I don't know how to say it, but amongst all the software, you can see what I'm wearing, and to tell you that I've been in the business for a very long time. Ovaloop has been so great. Talking about the inventory aspect of Ovaloop is something that it's difficult right now for you to compare with every other software currently on board. We've used several software. I just want to mention the point of sale software that we actually make use of right here. And with all of this that you have put together on Ovaloop, it's something that I don't think there is any software currently that I can say, okay, this software matches with Ovaloop currently. I've been enjoying the features, the outlets that we have installed so far. They've been attesting to it that this is one best software, and because of the simple nature, the simplicity of the interface of the software. And most importantly, when I want to talk, I'm going straight into I want to talk strictly on the inventory management, the inventory setup. Everything is complete on the inventory, ranging from expiration date, where the system does alert you, when your items should be expiring, talking about the multiple units of measurements, where you are able to sell an item either in units, or you're selling in pack, you're selling in carton, all at the same time. All of these features there are so huge. And coming to see that we have an e-commerce interface that is now associated with the system, it's so huge. Of course, everybody does understand what the e-commerce does. The e-commerce, which refers to a kind of, is a website, is a tactics of selling online, and then selling your goods, selling your goods, your services, and other digital products. I really want to say a very big thank you to Ovaloop. This is so beautiful, and if I just finished exploring the inventory aspect before coming on this stage, to talk to you on the inventory management of Ovaloop. I want to say very big thank you to Ovaloop and its Ovaloop management. You guys are wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Divine. And just to emphasize why that means a lot to us, Divine is one of the most famous ERP vendors here in Lagos. Very famous. I mean, if you use any of the other ERP.
Wherever you go to in Lagos State, you must see Intuit QuickBooks Nigeria.
Yes.
Intuit QuickBooks software. All of these QuickBooks software sold here in Lagos State. We are the direct vendors and we handle all of that. But I'm telling you, I must be honest to you, we don't have the QuickBooks our software, the POS. There is no POS currently. I don't want to start calling names of softwares, but for real, Ovaloop is one of the best point of sale software. I can really beat my mind, beat my heart, and say, you use it. That's what I can recommend for the now. And I think that's not just for the now, with what I'm saying and the feature, the way Ovaloop is pushing right into the ecosystem. I think I will keep recommending Ovaloop, and honestly, it's one of the best point of sale software. You can even think before you get the features you have on Ovaloop outside on softwares outside this country, you are not going to pay this kind of subscription charge that you have there. I want to say a very big thank you to the management.
Thank you so
much. And the engineers behind the software.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite difficult to even get Divine to come on board. We had several interactive sessions with him, and you know, at the end of the day, we are happy that we won his heart. So it's a big one coming from Divine, a very, very big one. Thank you so much, Divine.
Yeah, yeah. I'm telling you, as from January, like I told you, in Lagos State only, we have over 400 outlets on the point of sales. And as from January, with what we are saying, Ovaloop is going to be on board. You will see it on the mainland. You are going to have Ovaloop office. At Ikeja, you have an Ovaloop office.
Yes.
And then we are going to have one on the island as well. In fact, everywhere is going to be painted Ovaloop. We love Ovaloop for real.
And Divine, you can be very certain that will be in South African countries very soon. We are working on that. Yes, we are working on that. So yes, thank you very much. And so we also have Mrs. Odukoya here. She's also a very fantastic user. This time around, she's a direct user, so we'd like to hear her thoughts on her experience with Ovaloop. Welcome, ma.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to okay, so thank you for having me on board. I truly appreciate this. Also, I'd like to say thank you to Ovaloop. Like you guys are a lifesaver. And this is coming from someone that my career has always been in the e-commerce view. So I've had the opportunity to interact with a lot of POS systems. And I will say Ovaloop is the most sophisticated yet very detailed POS system I've seen or used or interact with. Both and when I'm talking about interact with, I've interacted with not Nigerian-based POS systems. I've had Indians, I've worked with Indians that created a POS system, and I know the back and forth and the tackiness that I experienced. But with Ovaloop, no, that is a no. From data, when you talk about data capturing, and you know, as an entrepreneur, when you're talking about your business, you're not going to be talking vague words. You have to back it up with data. And Ovaloop makes it easy for you to speak and talk about your business, backing it up with facts and accurate data, because it's on point. As long as you're doing the needful from your own end, they have already taken care of all seamless activities back end, and everything is just synchronizing and everything is working and giving you the accurate information you need. For me, I relaunched my business in August, and I've been looking for a POS system to work with. I've worked with several ones, and not to mention any name, but I can say that I've ditched about 2. As in, if Ovaloop had come up with a website on, I would probably have ditched the last one I'm with. I'm with them because of the website. But now that we have that, it means I'm ditching them. I'm moving up to Ovaloop. It has made my life easy. It has helped me focus on the bigger picture. Then I had the opportunity of recent to talk to possible investors in my business, and I walked in there showing them my Ovaloop store and the data and everything. And it was easy for me to convince people to invest in my business because I had the right figures, data, and numbers to speak to them and speak to their finances and get them to take out money from their pocket and support the dream. Because of course I was doing it with a difference, because I was using a platform that is the difference. I don't know if I'm communicating with that word. Ovaloop is the difference for any entrepreneur that is out there. Whatever you're doing, that's the difference you need. To single yourself out from the multitude and the crowd, then Ovaloop is your go-to solution. If I keep on talking from today, I don't think I will finish, because it looks like Ovaloop is just from expiry. You know, when you're dealing with skincare, you're dealing with the largest organ on people's body, and you have a software that reminds you that, okay, this product you have on your shelf is going soon. So it means that I'm talking to customers that, don't worry, I'm watching out the expiry date for you, I can also reach out to my customers and let them know that, okay, whatever product you bought months ago, I hope you're out of it. If you bought excess, because it's going to be expiring so dates, without me having to do the physical stress of checking them, because Ovaloop has taken that stress off me. I don't know if other people do business the way I do it, but that alone, I don't know, maybe because my background is information resource management, so data and information is life. And anybody giving that to me is giving me life. And that's what Ovaloop gave to my business, life. Thank you so much, Ovaloop. Thank you. And the space at which you guys are growing, I love it, man. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I mean, so what we see how you use the software, and of course, you really optimizing the software, and we're so thankful for the feedback. I mean, so one of the things we value here is feedback, and that's why we pay attention to as much as we can. We're not perfect, but as much as we can, we pay attention to our SMEs. We listen to them, and so we're getting feedbacks, and it's been months of sleepless night. Any feedback we get, sometimes we keep the IT guys 3 nights a week, sometimes almost a week. But that's what we want to do here. We love SMEs. We want to be a powerhouse for SMEs. And just to support what you're saying, this event is a virtual event, but you can be very certain that we're coming up with a physical event by December. One of the things that you mentioned, Ma, that it's important to us, we're supposed to even have a speaker in this session that is powering one of the virtual banks in Nigeria. And we wanted to speak as to how data can help people access financing. So it's important, because if you want to scale, I was just having that conversation with Daniel not too long. If you want to scale a business, you must look for money. But nobody gives you money if you can't show good data, because data is actually because data tells everything, gives more information about your business. And that's the angle we want to start even going to. We're speaking to a number of people who can help SMEs not just scale, but also access financing. So thank you, Ma, and you can be very sure that in our next fiscal session, which should be sometime in December, quite with a number of interesting, SME community too. We'll be speaking about these, and not just speaking, we'll be providing tangible solutions on how other SMEs can benefit just the way you benefited. So thank you very much, Ma. We're very grateful. Thank you. Okay, so again, I mean, if you have questions, we'll be happy to take them. The engineer is here himself, Daniel. So ask now before Daniel leaves. Ask now. Tell him, make the request. So yeah, we'd like to, if we have questions, spend some minutes. Some people we also have some interesting guests that thought this was a peaceful session, so they had to walk in, and though they don't want to be introduced, maybe they are more shy than we are, but just to acknowledge that we have a few people who have walked in, they've been seeing stuff about Ovaloop, and they say no, they have to trace it to this place, they don't want to meet Ovaloop. So we're very happy when we hear, and see this kind of progress. So throw your question, shoot. Okay, so I think on the we are not having any question. That means we've done a wonderful job, providing the right information, and this is what we want to be doing. So I would like us to keep a date with us. We haven't selected a date yet for our December events, but as soon as we do, that one is going to be physical this time around. As soon as we do, we're going to be communicating on all our platforms on information about that event. So thank you once again for everyone that has tuned in. Thank you for keeping the date with us. Thank you for making yourself available both physically here, those who have walked in, and those who have joined us online. I don't know if anybody here would want to say something, from co-founders to those who are attending. All right, I think Chima just want to say a word or two. Thank you.
Okay, this is just to say thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate the time. We know it's not easy to take time out of your busy schedule, especially after a long day at work or at business. We at Ovaloop, we appreciate every little thing you do for us, using our app and being with us through this journey of our development and our eventual growth to becoming a world-renowned brand. So thank you very much. Like Principal said, thank you for your feedback. And in the absence of any questions right now, if you have questions later, you can go to our website, drop our questions, and then we can reach out to you and communicate to you as well. Thank you very much, and guys have a lovely day.
Bye. Thank you. See you next time.
That guy. If you leave